Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the spoiler-filled talk for Mission Impossible Fallout, the sixth film in the franchise. It just came out this weekend, guys. So if you've not seen this movie yet, what the fuck is your problem? Because this is a fantastic film. I just spoiled it, but go watch that movie. If you want to watch our spoiler-free reviews, go check them out as well. They're all in the channels. And I got some special guests here with me today. You all know who they are. Starting with Mr. Zach Pope. Zach, what is going on, man?
Man, I just came back from a really impossible mission, but I made it here to talk with my two good friends here, my good crew here, about Mission Impossible. And I hated this film.
It sucked, didn't it?
Yeah, it sucked. No, I'm joking. I love this film. It's probably my favorite of the year, and it's one of my favorite action films. But we'll get into that a little bit.
All right, and we got Mr. Jay Vaters. Jay, how's it going?
Hi guys, Jay Vaters here. You all know who I am. If you don't, fuck you. But yeah.
Damn!
Dude, wow. We're already demonetized, Jay.
I know, that's my job. I demonetize people because I don't have anything else to do. So
wow.
Mission Impossible Fallout, great action movie. Can't wait to talk about it. Spoilers.
Now, it's spoilers. So before we talk about it,
Henry Cavill's the villain!
Zach, what the hell, man? All right, since we're talking spoilers, just get right into it. We all love this movie. We can all agree that we all love this movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
yeah. So Fallout for me
a little bit more, but whatever.
Yeah. So this movie was just brilliant. I mean, it's so many twists, so many surprises, and all the performances in this film were excellent. Tom Cruise, fantastic. Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames. But really, the main character I want to talk about here is Henry Cavill. Yeah, Zach spoiled it. He's the villain in the movie.
His mustache is the villain in Justice League, though. Ha ha! He's the villain in 2 films now.
I gotta say, that mustache is gorgeous, though. It's a very good-looking mustache.
So the mustache was worth the wait. Yeah.
Very good mustache. Very nice mustache.
The mouth was worth the wait.
It's very mustache twirling, if you understand.
Yes.
So, gentlemen, let's talk about some of our favorite things about the movie. So let's just talk about the action sequences, starting with the bathroom fight that we all love.
My God. I jerked off during that scene.
Me too.
Really?
I think we're at the same theater.
In IMAX, so no one heard me.
Yeah, real fast. If you did not see this film in IMAX or any of the biggest screens possible, like I know there's different versions of IMAX, like Dolby Digital or the Cine Capri by me, like a Harkins theater. Yeah, see it on the biggest screen you possibly can.
Yes.
This film,
please.
Like it adds depth to it. Like I can't imagine going and seeing this on a smaller screen, to be honest.
Hell no.
No, like this Mission Impossible Fury Road. I mean, Mission Impossible Fallout is seriously Mad Max Fury Road. Like it's the next best action film. And I mean that on every level. That bathroom scene is probably one of the most visceral fighting scenes I've ever seen in a film. It is. I felt every punch in the theater. Like, especially when, like, I just love that everyone knows that one scene when Henry Cavill's like, and just goes up when he starts punching the guy. You just feel the punches, and I'm like, ooh.
But that guy too, he put up a good fight
against both of them, and I love how like they both got their shit rocked.
Badass henchman. Everyone in my theater was like, ooh. Everyone was like getting so into it. Like
Tom Cruise pushes him into a wall. Yeah.
He is so badass. The two of them couldn't beat him. It took a bullet to the face to kill the fucking guy.
By my love, Rebecca Ferguson, man, and awesome. She was good.
She is so good looking in this film,
and she's just good. She's just good in anything. Like, I want her to do more stuff. What is she? She was in that Girl in a Train, right? And I was like, man, she's gonna get some good material in there. And I walked out of that movie.
She was in Life. And all these other
I like that movie. I think that movie's underrated. It's a good movie.
She was in Life.
Yeah, I didn't.
Right, shut up.
I didn't like it. But gentlemen, let's just talk about some of the other performances in the film. Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, like they didn't. I would say they didn't get as much time in this one like Rogue Nation, but I just love seeing these two together. I mean, Ving
Rhames kind of got put back in the spotlight. I felt like Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation kind of pushed him to the side.
Yeah.
No, I felt Ghost Protocol really pushed him off.
Well,
I thought he was in a lot for
ending.
Rogue One.
Yeah,
Rogue
so
Nation.
it was nice to see him go back to the whole thing. Because Ving Rhames is probably one of my favorite characters in the whole series.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to see him talk to Michelle Monaghan. That's a very nice.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Very nice scene.
And her having a husband.
Yeah.
And he, actually, in the very beginning scenes, because of Luther, because Ethan can't shoot him, that the nukes get away and everything because he's got Luther. The bad guy's got Luther, the gun to his head, and Ethan won't let Luther die. So basically, that's what begins the whole story.
Yeah, and that
A mission gone wrong,
which is what we haven't really seen in the franchise yet. He's usually always on top of it. I mean, the first film, it went wrong, but still at the same time, it was planned that way. You know what I mean? It was like sabotage in a sense. So, but this one, it was like literally like he had a choice, and he made. I mean, argument's sake, he made the right choice, but at the same time, he didn't. And that's what I love is that where they took Ethan's character in this one.
Yeah, Ethan Hunt. He's been through a lot. Yeah, he's been through a lot for sure. But
he cares about his team. He'll always put his team first. Like what he does with Benji in Rogue Nation, he will do whatever it takes to save his team members.
I love Benji. Yeah. I love Benji.
Benji's great.
I gotta say, the opening 5 minutes of this movie tops the third. Like, it's really, I didn't see it coming. Like, it's great. Like, the opening to 3 was just suspense. Like, with Philip Seymour Hoffman, where's the rabbits for? You think I'm playing? Like, this one is just like, it comes out of nowhere. Like, they planned that whole thing out with the guy in the hospital bed or something.
Well, and that's what I really liked about this one is that I felt like Jay mentioned it before we started talking was or technically in the pre-live stream because no one understands that we were trying to film this and something happened, but he mentioned that the editing was superb in this, and a lot of that goes to how the film was paced. The action scenes were very much so it felt like they gave exposition right in the beginning, and it was just nonstop action throughout the whole thing, but it wasn't like that mind-numbing where you turn off your brain action. No, it was like smart action scenes with good little exposition throughout the whole film, weaving the whole story together to where you are still wanting to see where it gets unraveled by the end.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And one thing I just want to say that going into this film, I was hoping that it would top Rogue Nation because Rogue Nation's was my favorite in the franchise because of Christopher McQuarrie. I think Christopher McQuarrie coming back to do this one makes perfect sense. Like the Rogue Nation had a way different tone. Like this one feels completely different, like the darkest in the franchise. And it felt extremely dark and suspense. Like
it felt like gritty, kind of like the third one. I thought the third one was probably the other darkest one, and I felt like this one kind of went with it.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol was my favorite, but this one topped Ghost Protocol. Like, this is a really well-made movie. The story is interesting, and like we said, it's not too confusing, like how we said Rogue Nation sometimes did that. Like, it's sometimes like, okay, what are they talking about again? The spy mumbo-jumbo is confusing me, but this one, it treats its audience like we're smart, but not like, oh, we're overly smart. Like, oh, we're
like the first one. Yeah.
Yes. Like, oh yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think Ghost Protocol is a little overrated, to be honest.
Hey,
I like it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm with Zach. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's great. The villains suck in that movie.
See, my problem with Ghost Protocol, and that's why I really like about Rogue Nation and this one is, the only memorable things to me were the stunts in 4. Yeah. And for me, 5, the team was good.
The villains were so bad.
But 5 and 6 now, I like that they were direct tie-ins too. But I also like that you didn't have to necessarily see Rogue Nation to get Fallout. Like, I like it was like if you saw it, it added more to it. And I just, there's so many fucking good things to this.
Yeah, let's talk about one thing. Like, one of my favorite parts, I love that they brought back Sean Harris as Solomon Lane because he's up there with Philip Seymour Hoffman for the villains.
He's so
I just love the way he talks. If you're missing, you choose to accept it.
He's so good.
He's so creepy.
It's coming, and the blood will be on your hands.
You're way too good at that, Ryan. Way too good at that.
He's got a beard in the movie.
Fucking love him, that villain.
He's so good, and he was really good in Rogue Nation too. He's such a good antagonist to our main man, Ethan Hunt. And that's what
he's one of the villains. He's one of the villains in this franchise where he's close to winning.
Yeah, and that's what's so close about it. And that's what I really like about this film is that it's so suspenseful the whole entire way that you're watching. I mean, there's a whole sequence with nuclear warheads towards the end, or nuclear bombs, and it's so intense. And I'm not gonna lie, when the film ended, I thought it went off. I thought they got the balls and did it.
Yeah, because how it was filmed with the sunlight. I'm like, oh my god, did the bombs go off? Holy shit!
And that's where I was sitting there. I was like, no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It was very good on how they filmed it. I kind of wanted them to do it though, just to be that ballsy thing that like he didn't exceed, he didn't win.
And killed every character.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting ending.
Well, that's the thing. Like they would have died, and a lot of people would have been pissed. But I just like that how they filmed that scene. And man, oh man. Can I say this film must have been very close to an R rating? Had to have been. Close
yeah, for sure. That's something I do want to talk about when I talk about Tom Cruise's character, Ethan Hunt. But one thing I want to talk about is Henry Cavill real quick. I mean, he was just so great in the film. Like,
even though his role was a little bit predictable. I saw him being the villain the second he popped up.
Yeah, that was my only negative.
I thought he was the villain, but like before everything.
And the trailers posed him as the villain.
Yeah.
The trailers for me posed him as the villain a little bit
because he fights him in the trailers.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they're fighting in the bathroom scene. I didn't even know they were fighting someone else in that bathroom scene. I thought it was two people going against Ethan. To be honest, the whole trailers, I thought this whole story was he was going to get disavowed right after the beginning when he loses the bombs and he has to go on the run to try and find him as other people are going. And I'm so happy they didn't do that because it would have just been another Mission Impossible that they've already done from the first one, and they didn't. But the trailer posed it like that, and I'm glad it wasn't like that, and it didn't turn into that necessarily. And
also, fucking Alec Baldwin dies.
Dude, Alec Baldwin is so good in that role. He is so good in that role.
He kills Alec Baldwin.
He goes out like a champ. Like he fist fights him like a fucking champ.
Yeah, I was like, for a second there, I was like, Alec Baldwin taking down Henry fucking Cavill. Okay.
He punches the shit out of him a few times. I'm like, yeah, go like a champ.
He went out fighting. I like that.
I thought, and then I thought Luther was gonna die and Benji was gonna die. I will say this: when the ending came, I thought Ethan was gonna die. Like, this is gonna be an ending for the franchise. With the helicopter, man.
Dude,
I didn't think that
the helicopter scene I think was my favorite in the whole film.
Dude, holy crap! I said this in my review. This is how you do action.
It's real. Tom Cruise learned to fly a helicopter.
He learned how to fly a helicopter.
That's why I love everything in this film, because it's all real. Like, there's probably one noticeable green screen shot, and it's not even that bad. It's a wide shot. Overall, the whole film, every stunt is real. I love that they left the scene in when he broke his ankle. Love that they left that.
Yes, I'm glad
they left. You see it, and it's like, oh, that hurt.
There's some fun facts I want to give you, gentlemen. Yeah, Tom Cruise learned how to fly a helicopter for this movie.
Did you guys know his ankle broken during the Halo scene when he's jumping?
Yes, I know. I was trying to say some fun facts.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill learned how to. Henry Cavill got his motorcycle license during filming, so he could ride that motorcycle. Because he didn't know how to ride one. And Henry Cavill said that whole bathroom fight took a month to film.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, in the Jimmy Kimmel, he said that.
I believe it. Yeah, no, that whole Halo jumping sequence, I was watching a behind the scenes on it. They had to jump out of that helicopter or that airplane 100 freaking times. 100 times to get that right with his broken ankle. And just here, that's such dedication. And it's cool.
Give him an Oscar, bro.
He deserves one. He deserves one of those honorary Oscars, I think.
Like Denzel got.
Yeah, I think he deserves one of those.
I think he will.
They need an Oscar category for best stunt work.
Tom Cruise would win every year.
Yeah. He's in stunt coordination. It's so smart in how they do it. But yeah, I think okay, if you guys had to choose one action scene in here, what was your favorite?
The helicopter.
Just one. The helicopter.
Bathroom fight.
Okay, so I want to be like the odd one out. Like, I'd probably go with the helicopter scene, but if I'm going the odd way out, it's that whole chase sequence to Henry Cavill in Paris when he's.
I need to talk about something you're both forgetting: the motorcycle chase.
Yeah.
With Rebecca Ferguson too. and with the car as well. That scene is near top the motorcycle chase in Rogue Nation.
It
was so good. The cinematography.
The Rogue Nation one, it was a little better, but I still thought this was pretty awesome.
For me, it's a little better. But Lauren Ball's score, holy crap!
Yeah, and shout out to our friend Griffin from Men vs. Movies. He actually got to interview him. Go check that interview out. It is awesome. And I think this is probably my favorite score out of all the Mission Impossibles. Give a slight nod to number 4, but this is probably my favorite score. And it goes no doubt. I think this just knocked everything up. I think all the action sequences in here are superb. I'm so happy to see an actual fist fight in like a Mission Impossible film. We got one in Rogue Nation. Yeah, we've gotten like tiny ones in the other ones, but this is like a kind of out of the raid type stuff.
The second one was just ridiculous.
Yeah, like for me, I love when films do.
He gets a knife in his eye.
Yeah. I love like when films do that, like action films, when they do a hand-to combat like right, it pays off so well. And this film paid it off well. Macquarie, the way he directed and got the camera angles, I think was the most important thing for this film, though.
And I love how they do the running scenes. Like there's so many action movies I see, they cut like crazy. They like cut to their face, cut to their backs, cut to their feet. And then it's a big long take of Tom Cruise just running and stuff.
Yeah, definitely my favorite was
running sequence.
Yeah, definitely my favorite was the third one. It's nothing but 1 minute of Tom Cruise running.
And honestly,
he's great at it.
One of the greatest runners ever. Like I'm like, holy crap, he's running fast, man.
So do you guys want me to ruin this film for you? And this is how my friend ruined it for me in every Tom Cruise film now. So you know Tom Cruise is short, right? Like he's short. We all know he's short. So my friend said, anytime you watch a Tom Cruise film now, count how many times it looks like he's on a pedestal taller than everyone else. And my friend who I took to see the film, he sat there and I knew he was fucking counting, because the second the film started, he's on a pedestal. And my friend's sitting there and I just hear him go 1, like under his breath, just 1. And I'm like, fuck. I literally turned to him, I'm like, shut the fuck up, please. Just shut the fuck up. So he stopped the whole entire film until we left, and I was like, how many did you count? Because I knew you were counting the whole time. He's like, 35. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
We get it. He's a midget.
We get it.
But I think one of the most shocking moments in this film for me is when Henry Cavill, when they're out of the helicopter and they're about the fist fight, and you see his face. For a second, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so he's going to be the villain in the next film. He's going to have a fucked up face. Nope. Hook goes right into his head, and you actually see it. That's where I was like, how is this film not rated R? Like, the second you saw the hook literally go into his head and pull him down, that's some R-rated stuff.
Almost like Emilio Estevez on top of the elevator.
God, face burned. It is violent. I'm like, oh my god.
Those are nightmares.
Actually, you know what I really like? It's just something really small. It's when he's in the helicopter and he just sees Henry Cavill and he's just like, prick. It's like,
who else just loved seeing him shoot the LMG outside the helicopter window?
So I love hearing him swear too.
What did he say? He was like, "What
was he not fucking dead?"
Yes, that was such a perfect moment to say the F word.
And they just keep saying to John Cruise, like, "Why won't you die?"
Can I also give it? I love so there's 2 moments I really think are underrated in here. One is when he's like, "Yeah, they're just people playing Halloween." Love that moment. Love that moment. There's actually a couple underrated moments. 2, love how Benji was more in the field. Love that they're just putting him more in the field, and I love when he kind of takes on Solomon Lane, even though he kind of got his ass kicked. It's all right, but I love when they switch.
I wanted to see him whoop his ass.
Yeah, I love when they switch Solomon and Benji out.
That was a good fake out.
That was amazing.
It was just
that's the job.
I just love it, and I love how he tries to play it off. Oh, like I know, but it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're caught.
And like in Ghost Protocol, Benji always said, he's like, I always wanted to wear masks. He got to wear masks.
Speaking of masks, gentlemen, Henry Cavill knocks out the Asian guy with the laptop. They're trying to fix the laptop.
Oh,
some guys were trying to get in the bathroom stall. I just love when Tom Cruise looks at Henry, he's like, "Really, man?"
I know, he's like,
"This thing's broken."
Well, and it's like right when he hit him, I was like, that thing fucking broke. And then, okay, didn't you guys think when the gun slid, didn't you think when the guys came in, they were going to start a fight or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to continue into a massive
the group sex joke that was hilarious. Then that was fucking hilarious. Hey, can we join?
Can we join? Can we join?
Yeah, can we talk about the humor in this movie? Oh man,
I love when he's like, yeah, he has a bloody nose. When they're dragging the body into the bathroom.
How much blood for a bloody nose?
And then I love when Henry Cavill's like, can we make a mask out of that? Yeah, if he had a head.
Yeah.
Even when they land and Henry Cavill's like, is this your oxygen tank?
No, he's like, did you lose your oxygen tank? He didn't fucking know what happened. I just love how he's being this cocky bastard, jumps right out, gets hit by lightning.
That entire scene is freaking crazy.
That was amazing. The cinematography.
Wonderfully shot.
It's so... Dude, this whole film...
And it's happening. My God.
Well, I felt like I was falling with them. I'm like...
Yeah. That's why I say...
See it in IMAX, guys. That's why you see it in IMAX.
If this film isn't... Okay, one, I don't think it's going to be nominated for Best Picture. I don't. I think this year's going to be way too strong.
Critics will
but Christopher
crack.
But Christopher McQuarrie needs to be looked at for Best Director. If George Miller can get a nomination from Fury Road, no way... There's no reason he shouldn't be nominated for director or even looked at it.
I agree.
I think this is the strongest directing of the year. Honestly, I think this is stronger than John Krasinski for Quiet Place. I think it's stronger than all these smaller indie films coming out. Stronger than Bo Berman, stronger than Deborah Granick, stronger than just any other director you can really feel. I feel like this is the strongest direction for this year, just from everything. And I think that's where this film really gets topped at. If anything's going to get nominated, that's the one thing that needs to be nominated from.
Yeah, those two, McQuarrie and John Krasinski, I hope get nominated for Best Director.